Ladies and gentlemen, there is a secret that separates the winners from the defeated, the dreamers from the doubters, and the leaders from the followers. That secret is the power of positive thinking. It is not just wishful dreaming or blind optimism. It is a force that shapes destinies and builds empires. History has shown us that those who believe in their success, who visualize it, who speak it into existence, are the ones who achieve it. They do not let fear dictate their actions. They do not surrender to failure. Instead, they turn obstacles into stepping stones, adversity into advantage, and setbacks into comebacks. Every great achievement, every towering success began in the mind of someone who refused to accept defeat. The power of thought is the greatest power you possess. If you can think it, believe it, and act upon it with unwavering faith, there is no limit to what you can achieve. But let me be clear. Positive thinking alone is not enough. It must be backed by action. The dreamer who does not act is merely a wishful thinker, and wishes alone will not bring success. You must work with purpose. Persist through challenges and maintain absolute confidence in your victory. Doubt is the killer of dreams, but faith fuels the fire of success. Those who truly win in life are those who have trained their minds to see possibility where others see problems. They hold on to their vision, no matter how many times they fall. And because they refuse to quit, they ultimately win. So I ask you today, what do you believe about yourself? What do you see in your future? Are you feeding your mind with thoughts of success, abundance, and achievement, or are you allowing fear and negativity to poison your dreams? Change your thoughts and you change your reality. Strengthen your belief and you strengthen your success. Think big, act bold, and never doubt for a second that victory is yours, because it is. Positive thinking, big winning. Make it your philosophy and nothing will be impossible for you. Thank you. Success begins in the mind. Every great achievement in history first existed as a thought in someone's mind. Before a towering skyscraper is built, it is drafted on paper. Before a championship is won, it is visualized in the mind of the athlete. Before an empire is created, it is dreamed of by a visionary. The foundation of all success is rooted in the way we think. The mind is the master architect of destiny, shaping our actions, decisions, and ultimately our outcomes. Those who understand this principle hold the key to limitless success. The mind is a powerful tool, capable of constructing the greatest victories or inviting the worst defeats. What we consistently think about becomes our reality. If we dwell on problems, failures, and limitations, we create a mental environment where success cannot thrive. On the other hand, if we cultivate thoughts of opportunity, strength, and victory, we set ourselves up for accomplishments beyond what we ever imagined. Everything starts from within, and our thoughts dictate the results we experience in life. Success is not determined by external circumstances, but by internal conditioning. Two people may face the same challenge. One will see it as an obstacle and give up, while the other will see it as a stepping stone and push forward. The difference between them lies in their mindset. A person who conditions their mind for success will find a way through any difficulty, while one who has allowed negativity to dominate their thinking will surrender at the first sign of hardship. The battle for success is won or lost in the mind long before it manifests in reality. The world is full of individuals with talent, intelligence, and opportunity, yet many never reach their full potential. Why? Because their thoughts sabotage their success. They doubt their abilities, fear failure, and hesitate to take action. Instead of believing in their dreams, they focus on everything that could go wrong. The most successful individuals are not always the most talented or the most fortunate. They are the ones who have mastered the art of positive thinking and unwavering belief in their own abilities. The mind does not differentiate between real and imagined experiences. When you consistently feed it thoughts of failure, struggle, and defeat, it accepts those as truth and aligns your actions accordingly. But when you feed it thoughts of success, confidence, and victory, it begins to work in your favor, guiding you toward the actions necessary to achieve your goals. Your subconscious mind takes instructions from your dominant thoughts, shaping your habits, decisions, and behaviors to reflect what you believe to be true. Many people believe that success comes from external factors, luck, opportunity, or connections, but those are only secondary. The primary force behind success is the ability to control and direct one's thoughts. A person with a powerful mindset can create opportunities where none seem to exist. They can overcome adversity, turn failures into lessons, and attract the right people and circumstances into their lives. The mind, when properly trained, becomes an unstoppable force that bends reality in favor of its vision. It is crucial to guard your thoughts with the same intensity that a fortress guards its gates. Negative influences, whether they come from other people, the media, or self-doubt, must be kept out at all costs. The mind absorbs what it is fed, so it is essential to nourish it with empowering beliefs, strong affirmations, and a clear vision of success. Read inspiring books, surround yourself with ambitious individuals, and make a habit of visualizing your success daily. The more you condition your mind for achievement, the more naturally success will come to you. Those who harness the power of their mind become architects of their own fate. They do not wait for circumstances to change. They change their own circumstances through the sheer force of thought and determination. They understand that success is not a matter of luck, but of mindset. When the mind is aligned with victory, everything else falls into place. The moment you take control of your thoughts, you take control of your destiny. Winners visualize their success. Every great accomplishment begins with a vision. Before a successful person achieves their goal, they have already seen it in their mind's eye. They have imagined themselves standing victorious, holding the trophy, sealing the deal, or reaching the peak of success. Winners understand that the mind is the first battlefield, and those who can see their success before it happens are the ones who turn their dreams into reality. Visualization is not merely wishful thinking. It is a tool that conditions the mind to believe in the possibility of success and directs all energy toward achieving it. The subconscious mind does not differentiate between real experiences and vividly imagined ones. When you consistently visualize yourself achieving your goals, your mind begins to accept them as inevitable. This mental conditioning creates a strong belief that success is within reach. It builds confidence, reduces doubt, and fuels determination. Athletes, business leaders, and innovators have long used visualization techniques to prepare themselves mentally for victory before stepping onto the field, the stage, or the boardroom. Successful individuals do not just picture the final result, they immerse themselves in the details of their vision. They see, hear, and feel the experience in their imagination as if it is happening in real time. A professional athlete does not just picture winning, they visualize the movements, the precision, and the feeling of triumph. A business leader does not just see financial success, they imagine themselves negotiating deals, leading meetings, and making decisions that drive their company forward. This level of detail imprints the vision into the subconscious, making it a part of their reality. Visualization creates clarity. When you can see yourself achieving your goal, you gain a deeper understanding of the steps required to get there. Your mind begins to connect the dots, recognizing opportunities that align with your vision. You become more focused, motivated, and intentional in your actions. Without a clear picture of success, many people wander aimlessly, unsure of what they truly want. Winners, on the other hand, have a mental roadmap that keeps them on track, even in the face of adversity. Doubt and fear are the enemies of success, and visualization helps eliminate them. When you repeatedly see yourself succeeding, your brain builds familiarity with the idea of winning. What once seemed impossible starts to feel achievable. Instead of being overwhelmed by obstacles, you develop an unshakable belief that you will overcome them. Many people fail not because they lack ability, but because they cannot see themselves winning. Their vision is clouded by fear, hesitation, and self-doubt, which ultimately hold them back. Visualization also activates the brain's reticular activating system, RAS, the part of the brain responsible for filtering information. When you consistently focus on your goals, your brain becomes more attuned to opportunities that align with them. You start noticing connections, resources, and ideas that you may have previously overlooked. This is why those who visualize their success often find themselves in the right place at the right time, meeting the right people and discovering the right opportunities. Repetition strengthens belief. Winners do not visualize their success just once. They make it a daily habit. They take time each day to close their eyes, block out distractions, and immerse themselves in the feeling of accomplishment. This consistent mental rehearsal conditions the mind to expect success, making it a natural outcome rather than a distant dream. The more you see yourself succeeding, the more natural it becomes to take the actions necessary to make it happen. Many of the world's most successful people attribute their achievements to the power of visualization. They understand that before something can exist in the physical world, it must first be created in the mind. Whether it's an invention, a business, or a personal goal, everything starts with a vision. The ability to see success before it happens is a defining trait of champions, leaders, and pioneers. Those who train their minds to visualize their victories set themselves up for success long before they take their first step toward it. Obstacles. No one who has ever achieved something remarkable did so without facing difficulties, setbacks, and challenges. But the difference between those who succeed and those who fail is simple. Successful people do not see obstacles as roadblocks. They see them as stepping stones. They understand that every challenge carries with it a lesson, a hidden opportunity, and a chance to grow stronger. Instead of fearing obstacles, they embrace them, knowing that overcoming adversity is a necessary part of the journey to greatness. Obstacles test your commitment to your dreams. If achieving success were easy, everyone would do it. The universe does not hand out rewards to those who simply want success. It rewards those who prove they are willing to fight for it. Every time you face a challenge, you are being asked one question: how badly do you want this? The people who let obstacles stop them are those who were never truly committed in the first place. But the ones who refuse to quit, who see obstacles as tests rather than stop signs, are the ones who rise above and achieve greatness. The most successful people in history were not the ones who had an easy path. They were the ones who turned their struggles into strengths. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before he successfully invented the light bulb. Walt Disney was told he lacked creativity before he built an empire of imagination. These individuals did not see failure as defeat. They saw it as a necessary part of learning. Every obstacle they encountered only made them stronger, wiser, and more determined to succeed. Obstacles force you to think differently. When everything goes according to plan, there is little need for creativity or innovation. But when you are faced with a challenge, you are pushed to develop new solutions, think outside the box, and discover abilities within yourself that you never knew existed. Many of the world's greatest inventions and breakthroughs came from people who were forced to find a way when there seemed to be none. Every problem holds the seed of a creative solution, but only those who embrace challenges will find it. Difficulties also serve as a filtering process. They separate those who are truly dedicated from those who are merely interested. A person who gives up at the first sign of trouble was never going to last in the long run. But those who persist, who fight through adversity, prove to themselves and the world that they have the strength, resilience, and determination required for success. Challenges refine you, shaping you into the person who is worthy of achieving great things. Most people fear failure, but failure is nothing more than a lesson in disguise. When you stumble, you gain experience. When you make a mistake, you learn what not to do. If you approach obstacles with the right mindset, they become your greatest teachers. Instead of seeing failure as a sign that you should give up, see it as proof that you are making progress. The only real failure is quitting, because as long as you keep going, you are still in the game. Obstacles build character. They develop patience, discipline, and perseverance, qualities that are essential for long-term success. A person who has never faced challenges will crumble at the first sign of difficulty, but someone who has overcome many obstacles will be unshakable. Success is not just about achieving goals. It is about becoming the kind of person who can handle and sustain success. And that kind of person is forged in the fire of adversity. There is no greatness without struggle. Every difficulty you face is an opportunity to prove your strength, refine your skills, and take one step closer to your dreams. The people who win in life are not those who avoid obstacles, but those who face them head on, knowing that within every challenge lies the seed of an even greater opportunity. You said expand key point, no point 4, and make it lengthy in 8 paragraphs without conclusion and ending. ChatGPT said action is required. Success is never given to those who simply wish for it. It is earned by those who take decisive action. No amount of positive thinking, dreaming, or goal setting will bring results unless it is backed by consistent effort. Many people spend their lives waiting for the perfect moment to act, hoping that success will come to them without struggle. But winners know that waiting leads to nowhere. The only way to turn dreams into reality is through action. Action is the bridge between ideas and results. You can have the best plan, the most powerful vision, and the strongest belief in your abilities, but without action, none of it matters. A person who continuously plans but never executes is no closer to success than someone who has no plan at all. It is not enough to want something. You must go after it with relentless determination. The people who succeed are the ones who do not hesitate. They take the first step no matter how uncertain or difficult it may seem. The biggest enemy of action is procrastination. Many people convince themselves that they will start tomorrow, but tomorrow turns into next week, next month, and eventually never. They wait for perfect conditions, for a sign, for motivation to strike. But the truth is, perfect conditions will never come. There will always be uncertainty, discomfort, and challenges. Winners do not wait for the perfect time. They create the perfect time by acting now. Taking action does not mean waiting until you have all the answers. The most successful people often start before they feel fully ready. They understand that experience is the best teacher and that clarity comes through action. Every step forward, no matter how small, provides valuable lessons and insights. If you wait until you feel 100% prepared, you will never begin. The key is to take the first step and adjust as you go. Massive success is built on small, consistent actions. Many people believe that success happens overnight, but in reality it is the result of countless small efforts made daily. Just as a tree does not grow to its full height in a single day, success does not happen instantly. It requires persistence, dedication, and an unwavering commitment to daily progress. Even when results are not immediately visible, those who stay consistent eventually see their efforts pay off. Fear often holds people back from taking action. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of making mistakes. But the truth is, failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the journey. Every successful person has failed multiple times, but they never let failure stop them. Instead, they learn from their mistakes, adjust their approach, and keep moving forward. The only true failure is inaction, because as long as you are taking steps forward, you are still in the game. Opportunities do not wait for those who hesitate. The world rewards action takers, not bystanders. Many people miss out on life-changing opportunities simply because they are too afraid to take the leap. The most successful individuals are those who take risks, make bold decisions, and seize opportunities the moment they arise. They understand that action leads to experience, and experience leads to success. No matter how big or small your goal is, the most important thing you can do is start. Do not overthink. Do not wait for the right moment. Take the first step and then another. Progress is made one action at a time. The ones who win in life are not the ones who sit on the sidelines. They are the ones who get in the game and play with everything they have. You said, expand key point, no point 5, and make it lengthy in 8 paragraphs without conclusion and ending. ChatGPT said, faith overcomes fear. Fear is the greatest barrier to success. It paralyzes action, clouds judgment, and keeps people trapped in mediocrity. Fear whispers doubts, convincing people that they are not good enough, that they might fail, that the risk is too high. But the truth is, fear is an illusion, one that only has power if you allow it. Those who succeed in life are not fearless. They are simply those who choose faith over fear. They refuse to let fear dictate their decisions, knowing that faith is the key to unlocking their full potential. Faith is the foundation of all great achievements. Before anything is accomplished in reality, it must first be believed in the mind. A person who has faith in themselves and their vision will take bold action, while a person controlled by fear will hesitate and miss opportunities. The difference between winners and those who remain stuck is not intelligence, talent, or luck. It is belief. When you believe without doubt, you gain the courage to push forward, no matter how uncertain the path may seem. Fear thrives in uncertainty, but faith thrives in action. Most fears are nothing more than projections of the mind, worst-case scenarios that never actually happen. People who let fear control them often realize later that their worries were unnecessary, that the things they feared were never real threats to begin with. Faith allows you to move forward despite uncertainty. It is the force that keeps you going when the path is unclear, knowing that as long as you keep moving, the way will reveal itself. Faith is not just about blind optimism. It is about trusting yourself and your ability to figure things out. It is about knowing that no matter what challenges arise, you will find a way through them. The most successful individuals are those who believe in their ability to adapt, learn, and grow. They do not need everything to be perfect before they begin because they trust in their own resilience. This mindset allows them to take risks, seize opportunities, and accomplish things that others never dare to attempt. Fear will always try to keep you in your comfort zone, but nothing great is ever achieved from a place of comfort. Growth happens when you step beyond what feels safe and familiar. Every time you choose faith over fear, you expand your potential. You gain new skills, new experiences, and a new level of confidence in yourself. The more you push past fear, the weaker it becomes and the stronger your faith grows. Eventually, what once seemed impossible becomes second nature. One of the greatest tools for strengthening faith is taking action, even in small steps. Fear loses its grip when you prove to yourself that you are capable. Every step forward, no matter how small, builds momentum. When you look back, you realize that the fears that once held you back were powerless all along. This is why the most successful people do not wait until they feel ready. They take action despite their fears and let their confidence grow along the way. Surrounding yourself with faith-driven people also strengthens your belief. Fear is contagious, but so is faith. When you are around people who are constantly pushing forward, refusing to let fear stop them, you naturally absorb that mindset. Their courage fuels your own, reminding you that success is possible for those who refuse to back down. This is why it is crucial to protect your mindset and limit your exposure to negativity, doubt, and fear-driven thinking. At every stage of success, fear will try to creep in. But those who achieve great things understand that faith is always stronger. They make a conscious decision every day to trust in their vision, their abilities, and their destiny. They refuse to let fear rob them of opportunities, knowing that every great achievement begins with belief. When faith becomes your driving force, there is nothing you cannot overcome.